Hey guys, welcome back to another session of collecting all the gang cars in GTA 5 Online. So at the moment, this is the progress we have so far in terms of all the cars that we've collected for the 3 main gangs in Los Santos. As you can see, we haven't got many at the moment, but we are still looking for many of them. Mainly the Piotes and mainly the Mananas that all 3 main gangs have at the moment. Now, obviously, things will change throughout the next couple of sessions, but we are slowly getting there, you know? We're slowly getting to the point where we are slowly grabbing those cars. But also, we are also looking for other cars too. So if you remember in the last session, if you haven't been watching the last session, we managed to grab ourselves a Sultan RS drug car. Now, let's talk about the drug cars a little bit, shall we? So the drug cars are cars that you come across that are being driven or being looked at by street punks. Now, street punks are a gang you can't normally see roaming about in free mode, but they are a gang that you come across on many missions and many free mode events and so on. And usually they drive these pre-modified cars that you come across with drugs in them that you need to then send over to selected contacts that end up contacting you to then deliver the drugs to them. And then you get a big payout and whatever. Now, sadly, you can't just grab these cars and chuck them in a garage, or you can't put them to Los Santos Customs and redo them and, you know, keep them as yours. You have to deliver them, then deliver the drugs. So what we're going to do as a bit of an alternative route of doing this, once we've found a drug car, whether it be the Sultan RS, the Patriot, or many of the other drug cars that you can see in these free mode events, we are then going to say that we've unlocked them, and then we're going to find a Sultan RS or a Patriot as an example, and then super up and then modify it to the car that we found that was the drug car. So that's how we're going to do it, and obviously that's going to fill up more space in terms of the garages and whatever, but we will find a way on how to fit it all in. But it would be really cool to collect those cars as well, because obviously they're being driven by gang members, so that would be kind of cool. But also, we are still on the lookout for many other cars that could be driven by gang members, whether they be just normal civilian cars, or really rare, unique looking cars, or so on. So yeah, thank you very much for tuning in on this session of the collecting all the gang cars of GTA 5 Online. I hope to see you guys in the gameplay. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another session of collecting all the gang cars in GTA 5 Online. So in the last 2 sessions, we managed to get ourselves a few of the gang cars, but not a huge variety. We managed to grab ourselves a Buccaneer, which is part of the Vargos, 2 family Tornadoes, which both had differences in terms of how they looked, and then we had ourselves a Ballers Tornado as well. But then we also managed to grab ourselves a couple of cars that one of them was driven by a baller, but wasn't actually one of the common gang cars you can see. And then also there was a green, almost 4x4 looking car that we picked up that was basically parked at Strawberry Avenue, which is pretty good. That I would say is part of that set of cars, I would say. You know, not the ones that you normally see like the Piote or the Buccaneer or the Tornado or any of the other gang cars, but a car that had the colours and basically was parked in an area which would have been most likely affiliated with the family's gang. But anyway, so we are going to be going over, so this is what today's plan is going to be. I'm going to try and plan this out a bit better than I did in my last 2 sessions. So what we're going to do first is we're going to do a couple of takes around the normal gang areas, so with the Vargos, the families, or the families up here, and the Ballers. And then what we're going to do then is we're going to go around the Los Santos Customs places and see if there's any rare cars that will spawn. And then also what we're going to do as well, we're going to try and hunt for the elusive Sultan car, so we can convert into a Sultan RS. In the last session, we managed to pick ourselves up a drug car, which was pretty cool. So in this series, if we find a drug car, whether it be the Sultan or the Imponte Ruiner, or I think it's the Clubman, I think. There's quite a few selected cars that are part of that free mode event that you can find. We will unlock them and then put them into our collection of gang cars. Now, in the last session, I didn't actually describe what gang they're actually part of. Now, the gang cars that you usually see that are part of the drug deals, or they're the drug cars as I call them, are part called the Street Punks. Now, the Street Punks are a gang that are literally everywhere, but they're involved in a lot of the missions that you come across in GTA Online and in GTA 5 Story as well. And they do drive some pretty cool cars. They're not like super like vibrant or anything, but we are gonna, you know, take them and kind of put them into their own separate kind of category. So anyway, what we're going to do is, now I said I really wouldn't do this because I didn't want to really kind of ruin the cool aspect of, you know, trying to find these cars without doing any tricks or whatnot, but we are going to ride this Buccaneer around and we're going to see if we can spawn ourselves a baller Buccaneer or a family Buccaneer and see how that goes. So let's just see what we find. Let's just get into it. So I don't know if gang cars are related to how many players there are on a server. I can imagine that's probably it. But I do know that those kind of free mode events where you see the drug cars and whatnot are probably most likely linked to the cars you could see. Well, probably due to the fact that there's probably, if you go onto a public server, there are a lot of players on there. Now, the reason why I'm not really going around public servers is because there's a lot of modders, there's a lot of hackers, and it does ruin the absolute fun out of doing something like this. But hey ho, if I do want to do it, I'll probably will end up doing it sometime soon. Probably in the next session, I'll probably go onto a public server and then see how that goes on there. But let's just see how it goes for the time being. Let's find some gang cars and see if we can update the list of cars that we've got so far. Hey, there we go. There's a Buccaneer. Nice. Okay, cool. So that's another car to add to the list. That's pretty neat. We don't really have a lot of baller members here, so I'm gonna try my best. There's a fucking lot of them, and I'm out of ammo. Let's get into it. We'll probably die. Almost. Whoa. Jesus, that was close. Okay, cool. So, there we go. Purple Buccaneer. That's a really good take. Now, obviously that was boosted up by us grabbing just a general Buccaneer. See, that's a green family car there. And to be quite honest with you, I would... kind of tealish. I would take it though, but we've already got ourselves a gang car already. The only reason why I don't really like, you know, grabbing a car and forcing that spawn is because I'm kind of forcing the spawn to happen, but you know, I guess without it it's going to be a bit more difficult. But anyway, let's grab this into our... Let's ride this up into our garage and we'll add it to the collection. Okay, here we are. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this family car that we took in the last session and I'm just going to take it up to the other garage that we have. So yeah, as you can see, we've got two family cars. We have this baller car here and then we have this baller bike here that we found. So what we're going to do quick is we're just going to separate those. Cool. There we go. Right, let's get back onto the streets and we'll try and find ourselves another gang car. Okay, we're going to give Lester a call here because we've got 2-star wanted level. And again, I don't want that.
Hi. What service are you looking for?
There we go. Oh, what the fuck?
The heat, my friend? Okay.
Oh, great.
Leave it with creepy Uncle Lester.
Oh, there we go. Hello. So we have two Buccaneers here. both of them are not really different. No, they're both completely the same. Unless... No, they're both the same. Okay. That's not a problem. We are still being chased by the police, which is annoying. So like I said in the last session, what we can do is we can take a spare car that we've already found and then obviously use that to then go to Benny's. Only problem is though, is Benny's, upgrading any of the cars to Benny's, like, additions is very expensive. Like, you're talking at least about 1 mil, or I think the most minimum you can do is about 600k or 700k or something like that. So, you know, you need a lot of money to really give it those really cool details and modifications that you see a lot in the missions that you do. It honestly feels like now I've driven that Buccaneer around, it's kind of like the spawns to go up a little bit, which is really good. But sadly, no other variants of gang cars. So what we're looking for now is, in terms of the Ballers, as that's the car we've got them, as that's the gang we've got the most cars of, we're looking the Pio and the other one, because I said in my first session there was 3 common cars that spawn on the Vargos, the families, and the Ballers turf, but actually it's 4. So we're going to be looking for 4. Grab. Now that would have been cool. If that was an actual baller driving that car, I would have taken that car. Because that's got a really nice purple color to it. See, I hate doing that jump on that fucking alleyway, because that bush tends to lean you to the left every fucking time. Sorry guys, didn't mean to run you over. Or almost run you over. No Vargos. Cool. Any cool looking cars are baller related? Still looking. No, what I saw pop up was the speech bubble for the drug dealer. Wonder what riding a bike around would spawn you. That would be quite an interesting take on things. Okay, so nothing so far in terms of any cool looking gang cars. Let's have a look round back quickly, because sometimes cars spawn here too. And if it's green, I'm going to be taking it. No. Nope. No, that's a van. Nothing behind Lamar's weed shop. Okay, one last take round the Ballers turf and the Vargos turf, and then we shall start hitting up the Los Santos customs and then seeing what we end up finding. Now, the likeness is that we find anything in terms of a rare car near Los Santos customs is going to be entirely rare. Like, it's going to not be very common at all, but at the same time, it will be cool to see. Yeah, nothing. Okay, cool. Right, so before we even do the Los Santos customs thing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the car around the arena, because apparently the arena is the place for sultans to spawn. At least that's what they say, but I don't know how updated the wiki is. All I see is moonbeams. It's a lot of moonbeams. Oh my god. Christ. Wow, the moonbeams are fucking crazy. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 moonbeams. That's crazy. All Rumpo vans. Ooh, now this is an interesting thing actually. This car here I'm going to take, because I'm not going to put it into my garage, but this is one of the cars that the Primo, or the Primo, however you want to say it, is a car that the families, and I think the ballers do drive around in the missions that you play on. And there's a modified version. Now, if I will probably, because I have been editing these videos a fair bit, you know, cutting out the boring parts and putting in the good parts, or just keeping the good parts and whatever. I'm going to be going into... I will show a picture of the Primo when it's all souped up and whatnot. Yep, nothing in the ballers again. Okay. Last time doing it around the Vargos, and then we'll start searching for the rare cars you can see in the Los Santos Customs venue. Or venues, should I say. Yeah, nothing there. Nothing there. Okay, cool. So let's go to the first Los Santos Customs, which will be over here, next to the airport. Ooh, hold on. Change of plan. Oh, we're still going to go to the Los Santos Customs, but we are going to take this, I think it's a banana, I think. Yeah, Albany banana. So this is the fourth car I missed out on in the 4 common cars that spawn up in the turfs. This is one of them. The Vargos have one that doesn't have a roof, I believe. I think the ballers and families do have ones like that too, but I know they have ones with the roofs on them, so this is going to be interesting to see if we do come across any of these. But if we do come across a really rare car in a Los Santos Custom garage, then we will take it. So first on the list is a no. Let's head over to our good old Los Santos Custom over there. Now, as far as I'm aware, the gang cars that do spawn have higher modified rates in terms of how they run, how they handle. You know, they are basically modified. Technically, to put it simply, like, the best way to describe it is that they have basically been put into Los Santos Customs and then taken out into the world, basically. So they are like custom modified cars, basically, which is really cool. So they're not just like, you know, normal cars with just a color scheme on them, but they are, you know, they are basically modified cars, which is really cool. Which is why I was really interested in them when I first started playing this in 2013, when I first got it on release, was the fact that, oh my god, you know, gang cars, that's really cool. I'm really into that, obviously, so that really kind of put 2 and 2 together. And I remember me and an old friend of mine, we used to do like heists and whatnot, like trying to find these gang cars. Like, we'd wait for someone to get in the car and then we'd go and hijack the car, basically. Let's see, any car down here? No. Okay, it's another bust on trying to find gang, well, not gang car, but a car nonetheless. Not come across any Sultans either, so that's also very annoying. Funny enough, I did ask ChatGPT on what cars the different gangs drive in GTA 5 Online, or GTA 5 in general. Now, it was interesting to see that in the Ballers section, it highlighted that the Ballers drive burrito vans. Now, I'm pretty sure in GTA 5 Online, I've not seen a burrito van being driven. But I could be wrong. You know, I could be completely fucking wrong, so who knows. Right. This one's quite a good place for a custom car to spawn, but I am wrong for this occasion. Cool. Okay, never mind. Sorry.